Alright Pete's, we're gack with the Chevelle. Probably going to be a real short video. I just took the transmission out again. So this is going to be the final put in mode for it. So I got the cross member here. I got it all scuffed up to paint. So you can kind of see that I got it. It was bent in shipping, I guess, because it was barfed in a box. So I'm hoping this will tighten, put the bolts in and it just bends itself back. Should I have called them? Probably, but it took 2 months to get this, even though they said they had it in stock. And clearly they didn't. But it did say it wasn't painted. All that grooviness. But, whatever. Been cool if it was powder coated. But this was a couple years ago. I don't know when. On my brother's Camaro, he ordered a kit from the same people. It was painted. I mean, imagine it probably said it was, but alright, so this one tells you where it's from. Nice, neat box. Very well packed. Came with all the right bolts, really nice bolts. I got super cheap bolts, missing stuff. I don't have enough bolts. I'm going to have to rob some bolts from somewhere to make it all work. But this one, it was powder coated. Of course, that's, like I said, it said it wasn't going to be painted. Okay. Got a nice pack with stickers and some really nice bolts. And they're actually in a bag. I think mine was loose in the box too. But I don't know where it came from. But this one is really nicely packed. Mine, not so much. This was bent bolts, and I think it was in this box. And that packaging you see all the way down in there. That was it. It was just a mess. So we're back on it because after 2 months of waiting on a cross member, I lost interest in the car severely. Kind of moved on to other little things around the garage and around the house. It's been a lazy summer, if you haven't noticed. So I got it scuffed up. I gotta throw some primer on it. I gotta find somewhere to paint it. Probably out back or something. Throw some primer on it, then some paint, which I'll have to get. I'll show you what that is. Nothing super awesome. It's not gonna be black. I just added some color to it. But even on this other cross member, it's for a Camaro, it is beefier, it seems like the welds and everything. I don't know. Yeah, mine didn't tell you anything where it comes from. Nothing. But yeah, I bought it off the eBay website because they had their actual website and an eBay. For some reason, it's cheaper on eBay. It was the same thing. Like the pictures were same. Both said they weren't painted. All that grooviness. So I was like, well, I'm buying it from there because it says it's cheaper. But it was from the same people, but like I said, there is nothing on this box. But anyway, enough with that one, I guess. I mean, it fits up there alright. I got drilled, I think, one hole, which is typical for doing other cross members. It's got a whole bunch of holes in the frame. 2 of them lined up. Well, 2 on one side lined up, 1 on the other. And the other one, I just got actually, I probably got the wobble out because it's real close. But paint this up, button up the transmission, tighten down all the fittings. And the flywheel is torque related on. So that's done. Basically just try to find bolts. Because I don't have enough stuff. Then I got a bolt on, like the speed sensor, I think a vent tube. Alright, let me get this hung up and find some paint. Well, I got paint. Find some primer. I'm pretty sure I got something. Oakley dokley peeps, I got the cross member all painted up. It looks pretty like. So here you go. It's like a gold color. Found some hardware over there I had, and I had to add some more to some other crossmember bolts. So they did not give me enough. I got the torque converter. I have no idea how many quarts you're supposed to put in it. So it's got almost 4 in the converter, so should be enough. Hope so. I don't think it's going to hold much more because I don't know. There's a bunch in there. So you know where that's going to go, all over the ground. Sounds good. So the next step is to dump fluid on the ground because you got to put the converter in. Flywheel's torque related. I did get the speed sensor or whatever on the side of the transmission, and the vent tube, I guess. I don't know. So hopefully this is the last time. I tightened up all my cool lines there. I raised them up a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't hit the floor. They seem like they should be fine. There's the speed sensor. And I guess I'm going to have to order up a dipstick. Because it don't fit. Get a flexi one. Let's go for it. I think I got enough bolts. I parked the part near shore, so rush put this in for the last time. Hopefully. Because I don't know. Everything I do twice. But I've done this one at least 20 times now, so I think you can check out off the list that I've done it more than twice. So let's go. The transmission in it is in. I got 4 bell housing bolts in. Found this cool polyurethane mount. I guess we'll use that. Why not? Why not? It's laying there. And it fits. So that's on. Well, I got some slop in it so I could line up the cross member. So it's next. The torque converter's all the way in. I got pulled out some to get it bolted to the flywheel. And nothing's crazy's happened. If something does, I'll bring these back in, but nothing. I mean, I put some grease on the dowel pins for the transmission so it slides. And it's going. So hopefully the cross member just kind of pukes itself right in place. Alright, the cross member puked itself right in place. But then I had to take the mount back out. So I had to get the neutral safety switch on. So that's bolted on. I got this cool little kit from oh, I don't know. I don't remember the name. I'll have to look at the box. But I got it mounted on there, and you got to have it, I think it says in overdrive to adjust this. So now I'm up in the car changing the shifter stuff. This is all loose, just for mock-up right now. I'll try to get it done. And I got around 5 bell housing bolts in, and the starter is bolted on. And the torque converter bolts are done. So I'm just working on the shifter. After I get all that done, I guess I'll move on to the transmission lines. So let's go up top, show you what's going on there. Alright, here's what's going on here. You gotta take the console out. And I took some pictures of the wires because they're all red and one's white, so took some pictures of that. And the shifter was falling off. This bolt over here, got one on each side on the bottom. This one was pretty much out, so I don't know how that was even working. Then there was a bolt out of the console. I think I got to take the shifter clear out so I could change this piece here. I think. Not sure. I gotta look at the directions again. Don't remember. But that's where I'm at with that. Nothing exciting there. I just unbolted everything and yeah, pushed it out of the way. So hopefully this goes pretty smooth. Find out, and then you gotta do all your adjustments. Don't know, never done this before with this one. Hopefully it just, yeah, pukes itself right in there. Real nice like. Alright, bring these back in when I gotta look at the directions again. I think I gotta take the shifter clear off. Don't know. Like I said, not much holding it anyway. The one bolt's just in by, my fingers. Then you take the other bolt out in that little clip for the shifter cable. Let's go. Alright, I got everything done, I guess, on the shifter. Like, it's maxed out going forward, but it's got it gives you a measurement. And it's right there where it needs to be, so hopefully that's just fine where it's sitting. And it is Shift Works, the name of them parts. And let me see. It's like right there, part number SC2242. But seems to work alright. Like, gives you another bracket for the shifter. I didn't need that one, so I used the flat one. Then stuck it in neutral like they said. And I lined all that up. Then in the car, I gotta put the console back in, but got, the different gears for that. That's all bolted in. Gives you bolts. Gives you all the bolts for that. I took the old one out. I stuck the old bolts in. Came out with that in there. Not like I'll never use it again. But now I gotta put that back in. And that's it for the shifter. Then I guess moving on to I guess the transmission lines and cooler. I gotta take the inner fender out to get the old ones out and replumb all that. But I think this is good to go. Like I said, that shifter was falling out of this thing. Alright. Oh, I still got to put... I gotta figure out where... Oh, that's probably what them other screws are for, but I can't remember what it did. Here we go. I gotta put... Oh, it's white. Mine's green. It tells you what gear you're in. Yeah. So... my old one's green, which I like better, but... can't use it. I'll do that after I get the console and everything else back in it. Oh well. See how that goes. I gotta take that out. That's probably what the mother... it gave you... I got like 3 other screws there. Maybe that's what that's for, but there should be screws in that. I guess in case you didn't have them. Alright, move it along. Let's just throw the console back in it and... I don't know, this is taking forever. Fun stuff, a little piddly stuff. Let's go. There it is, peeps. That's bolted in. Changed out the indicator thing here. Just took out the 4 nuts on the back, and I just, put that in there. I don't have a wiring harness for the lights. Something I never did, so I'm not gonna put them in. It's got a place for bulbs and stuff, but never had that. I like the green better, but the white will have to work. Just slide that in there and fold it back down. All kinds of grooviness there. It is all chicka wow bow wow. Alright, let's put these 4 screws back in and I got a mess clean up, then I guess I'll move on to the transmission lines. I guess. Unless I find something else that needs done back on this side first, but transmission lines. Alright peeps, it's time to move on to doing transmission lines. So to do that, I want to take the wheel off and inner fender out, because I got them run inside the inner fender there so it hides them. Plus they're like completely out of the way, because you normally would run them down in there. Just more stuff in the way. I think I got them running behind the there you go, battery over through here. They come out right here. So all this has got to come off, because that's going to go on the Firebird. It all came with that transmission, other than the lines. We're going to use the stock lines that was on that car. So I haven't dug in there in like, I think it's been like 14 years or 13 years, whatever it's been since I've rerouted these. So let's see what we find. So when you remove your wheel, get you a nice spark plug socket, because that's all it fits on these wheels. I can't find it. It's the only thin wall thing I got. It doesn't destroy the wheel. Alright, step one. Then a whole pile of bolts. Oh, we gotta go clear up into there too. That looks like fun. Or do I don't know, I need a light. Looks that way. So yeah, I'm getting us some more power tools here, and I've had this out, but I don't remember how I took it off. Like, I got wires and stuff going in the inner fender here, but I'll bring you in as soon as I get a light, and we'll see what's going on in there. I don't really remember. It's been a minute. Alright, yeah, open the thing. So I got the cooler out. Not much of that. Just pulled the tabs out and pulled it out. The lines were back in here. Got them all off. I just got to take out the inner fender to get... I really don't have to take it off, but it'll make it easier to make the new line. I mean, this one's like 5/16. I'm going 3/8. Got the old Ford solenoid off. That was down in there. The puke tank, which I think was Ford too. You know, you gotta use what you got, apparently. Stuff was on here. Actually, I bought that 13 years ago. But it had one on it that was bad, and the puke tank was already on it. I always say, you use what you got. So, you got Ford stuff, Nissan stuff, Datsun stuff. Use it. I do have some Datsun floor mats, but I don't own a Datsun. They're just kind of hanging out in a garage. Yeah, their little garage. I don't know where they're at. I haven't seen them in a while, but I got them somewhere. So I guess next is just take all the bolts out of the inner fender, which is a lot. Then all the battery trays out. And the coolant lines are out of the way. Got ATF everywhere. It's all over the floor. Way bad back in there. So, let's see what we got. I think I wrapped the transmission lines in like your garden hose stuff so it wouldn't rub through it. Or well, actually, I think it did, so it wouldn't sit there and rattle. I think I got it wrapped all the way in there. So, let's see what we got on that. Alright, start zipping these out. I think they're all about 1/2 inch, other than, maybe they are. One of many. About the same as a square body. You know, it's got, you know, bolts everywhere. They do too. Surprised I didn't put any anti-seize on this stuff. Oh, I'm going to need some kind of a extension on there. I think they're all out. Oh yeah. Let's get our extension here. I think this will work. Let's see, this one. Maybe that one. Transmission fluid leaking all over me. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's those go to? Oh, yeah, they go to the fender. The regular fender, so I guess they gotta come out. Oh, that's spinning, so that's good. I'll have to check on that. I think it's broke off up there, but it's out. I believe. Oh, that's blinding me. That might work just right there. That is a wire. A couple wires running through here. Yeah, I did wrap those in like your garden hose stuff. Also did that with the wires so they wouldn't rub through. There's those. So might just leave that hang out there. I don't think I need to take it clear out. Let's look like up top. Yeah, there's the one that was spinning, so that's broke. Keep an eye on that. Groovy, man, groovy. All kinds of room for activities in there now. Alright, let's, I don't know, pull these out. Set you on a $5 tripod here. Yeah. Might stay there. Does have some cool fittings on it. There's that one. There's that one. Peachy keen, man. And the wires I'll leave in there. Actually, that one might not need no more. So I could probably take it out. But there they are. So now I got to make some new ones. It's got some fancy little ends on it. Alright, I think I find my race line, and I guess we get bending. I'm hoping the new cooler fits in there, because it's going to be tight. After looking at this, I'm not sure if it's going to work. Find out, I guess. Alright, peeps. So I got the transmission line bent. kind of like it was. Inner fender's out. Up in it, up and around and down through there. I put some hose on it to kind of keep it from rattling up in there again. I'll probably put more on. Gonna find some. I'm gonna start. This is just mocked up. It's kind of hanging out in some of the hose. I'm gonna put the cooler down in there where the old one was and run the lines through here. And here's the cooler. So yeah, just kind of, it's kind of like a zip tie thing. Try that. And put it down in there, and then I'll work my way this way to the firewall, I guess. Because once I get down there, I have to put some other fittings on. I don't know which way would be better. I don't really know, so I'm just going to go from this way, I guess. So that's where we're at with this one. So get this permanently mounted. All the fittings on the cooler are tight. Supposed to be tight. They feel pretty tight. Then I'll get the other fittings. I gotta figure out what, how much line I guess it needs. And once you shove this stuff on there, I guess that's it. It's there. Oh, I guess I gotta cut it. Never cutted this stuff before. Never had nothing this fancy. Usually just whatever junk I got laying around. Alright, I guess throw this down in there and fight the fan. Well, I guess I could take that fan off because it's pretty simple. Might do that. That would be a lot easier. So I get my mitts in there and put the little things on the stuffs that does the stuffs. Plan? I don't know. Alright, here's how I'm doing the transmission lines under the car. Just using these little fittings like that, and then I got a 90 on up there, so hopefully that'll work. So cross my fingers maybe. I just gotta cut a little piece of hose, and it should all work just like groovy like. Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. Then I gotta do the same on the front, and then the lines are done. So that would mean pretty much the transmission's done because the cooler's in. I just got to put them little zip tie things on, tighten it down, and clip off the extra. And that's probably it. All the inner fender's just kind of hanging out. It's mocked up in there. Might have to take it off to do a few more things to that, but yeah, more about that later. But hopefully these don't leak. I got them pretty taut. Pretty taut. So let's taut and then this one up. Oakley peeps, I got the undercarriage all buttoned up. Yep. So I'm working on the under the bonnet. And that's going. So same thing up here. Like the push lock. I'm going extra mile. I'm going to put clamps on them anyway. But I found out this line's got this coating on it, and you gotta sand it down to get them little, like a compression thing on there. I gotta tighten this one up, and I gotta it's there. And run that through and measure it and all that stuff. This lower one's done. Is there any antifreeze in there? Well, that's pretty low. But yep. Pretty, once you figured out use the right line. Apparently I was using the wrong line. I've never used this stuff, so I don't know what it looks like. So I ordered a kit. I think from eBay. So it came with push lock and hose. It's a bunch of fittings. Well, the same thing. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, it came with all these fittings and the hose. So I've been fighting this stuff. Cutting it, and it just keeps coming apart, so I put tape around it. Look good. Try to squish it on the fittings, it just blows apart. Can't get over the first rib. There's 2 ribs to get over. So there's what they sent me. It's not push lock. I had no idea. So I got a whole roll of that I'll probably never use. So then I went to my stuff I bought I don't know, it's been 3 years now. I bought a fuel pump for this that I'm not going to use. And I pulled out that hose, and my buddy's like, yep, that's the push lock hose. But the fittings that came with are not push lock fittings. So somebody's out there packing this stuff, just like me, don't know what they're looking at. So I have no idea what I'm looking at. Never used it before. Apparently they don't know either. So once you get the right hose, yeah, that's a lot groovier now. Way groovier, like, by a long shot. So I'm almost done the lines, and I think the transmission is done. Hopefully. But more likely, something will have to come back apart. Oh, no, it's not. I gotta order a dipstick tube. I haven't done that yet. I guess, I think I did measure. I need, like, at least a 2 foot. So, oh. Oh, word to show? Radial. Gotcha. Radial. And, so, I don't know. I might do the fuel system next, but let me get this buttoned up and I'll show you the undercarriage and how groovy that looks. It's not going to run into my dipstick tube or nothing. I don't know. Kind of forgot to put, I forgot I had to put a dipstick tube in. I ran the lines already. I'll probably end up ripping all that back off. I don't know. But it does, there's a little bit of, I could play around with some room there, maybe a little bit. I'll show you that when I get under there, but let's tighten this one down and get this upper done. And yeah, the inner fenders is still kind of hanging out. The bolts are not tight. I don't know if I'm going to take it back out or not. I don't think I need to, but I'm going to leave it like that until I think I'm done a lot more stuff. Has the rooms to activities. Alright, that is all tight-lated and extra clamps on it anyway. Looks pretty. Now, let's go under the belly here and I'll show you this mess. It's probably fine. It'll be just fine. Alright. There it is. Same thing, some clamps, little short pieces of hose. What I mean by some wiggle room here, like this was like out this way further. I mean, I could push it some. That might give me the clearance for the dipstick tube. This other line should be fine. It is really taut. I just got to get up in here, and I got some rubber hose in there. Yeah, I'll have to put another piece in there, I think. So I might have to take that inner fender back out. Yeah, it's pretty taut. But, yeah, I might do that. But for the most part, this thing is in there. So, hopefully, it stays in there for, like, evers. So, that's probably going to do it for this episode. So, get out there and work on your rod. Get it out of the grass. And don't let it rot up. Yeah, get out there and drive it. Have some fun with it. Get it to where you can just drive it on the road. Don't have to look pretty. Don't need shiny paint. I know this has got, well, this paint's really not super awesome. Like, it's probably like a 30 footer, 40. Just looks good, I guess. Alright. Get out there and pop them willies. Catch you next time on Break a Garage.